Everyone, welcome back to the channel Code and Clarity. Today it's a new video, so top 10 object-oriented programming interview questions. If you are preparing for placements or Java interviews in 2025, then this video is going to save you a lot of time, because today we are going through the top 10 object-oriented programming interview questions with Java-focused examples and real interview tips that literally make or break your technical round. So stay till the end, and if you have watched my previous videos, then this is the perfect next step. Now, what is object-oriented programming? Let's start simple. Interviewers often begin with this warm-up question. Object-oriented programming, or OOPS, is a way of designing software using objects just like real-world entities. Think about it. A car, a student, a bank account, all of them have attributes. Like car have color, student have name, bank account have balance, and along with that they also have some behaviors. Like a car can start, a student can study, a bank account can be withdrawn. So OOPS help us represent these real-world entities in code. And remember, Java is purely object-oriented. So make sure to mention the four main pillars of OOPS: encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. Now, what is a class and an object? Now, this one is the most common question. A class is like a blueprint and an object is like the actual thing created from it. For example, class car, and within that we write string color, and which is the attribute, and void start is the behavior. Then we define what that behavior does. Then after that, in the next line, see car my car equals to new car. So here we are creating the object. Okay, so here the first class car is a class, and whereas this my car is an object. So you can say the class defines the structure and the object brings it to life. Now, if the interviewer asks follow-ups, mention that objects take up memory and classes do not until are instantiated. Now, the next question. What is encapsulation? Encapsulation means wrapping the data and methods together so that the internal details are hidden from the outside world. Now, think of a capsule. The medicine inside is protected from the outside world. Similarly, in code, suppose we have a class account, and we have a private double balance. Balance is an attribute. Then we have a method named setBalance, which takes a parameter balance, and there inside that method we are changing the value of the attribute balance. Now similarly, inside the getBalance method we are returning the value of balance. So here we are hiding the variable balance using private, and we are accessing that variable via getters and setters. This setBalance is known as setter, and this getBalance is known as getter. So this ensures the data safety and control, and interviewers love when you use those exact words. Now next is, what is inheritance? Inheritance simply means one class can borrow or inherit properties from another. That is, for example, now suppose we have a class parent, then inside that class we have a method like void greet, and the method is defined here. Now in the next line, in the next class, class child extends parents, which means that the class child is a subclass of the superclass parent. So now the child class automatically gets the greet method. Okay, it helps with code reusability and maintainability, two buzzwords interviewer like to hear from you. Also mention that Java supports a single, multi-level and hierarchical inheritance, but not multiple inheritance using classes. The next question, what is polymorphism? This is one of the top three most asked object-oriented programming questions. Polymorphism literally means many forms. So in Java, we typically have two types of polymorphism. One is compile time polymorphism, and the next is runtime polymorphism. Compile time polymorphism can be achieved by method overloading, and runtime polymorphism can be achieved by method overriding. For example, if we have a class animal and inside that we have a method void sound and we define the method, and similarly we have another class which class dog, which is extending the class animal, and inside that we are defining another method, okay, which is sound. So see, here dog overrides the sound method, so the output depends on the actual object, not on the reference type. So means when here dog is overriding the sound method, so this is an example of method overriding. So interviewers often ask, how does Java achieve runtime polymorphism? Answer will be through method overriding and dynamic method dispatch. Now the next question, what is abstraction? Abstraction is about showing only what's necessary and hiding the complexity behind it. A real world analogy, suppose when you use a smartphone, you don't care about how the OS processes your tab, you just use the interface. In Java, abstraction is achieved by using abstract classes and interfaces like abstract class vehicle. Inside that, if we write a method like abstract void start, so in its subclass, which is the class bike extends vehicle, we have to define the method start, okay. So here start is declared abstract but is implemented by the subclass. You can say abstraction increases the flexibility and reduces code complexity. Now the next question is difference between abstract class and interface. Now this is a favorite follow-up question. So what are the differences between abstract class and interface? Abstract class can have concrete as well as abstract methods, but in case of interface, all methods are abstract till Java 8. Now abstract class supports a single inheritance and interface can support multiple inheritance. Abstract class uses the keyword extends and whereas implement uses the keyword implements. So from Java 8 onwards, interfaces can also have default and static methods, so mention that if you want to stand out. Next is, what is constructor overloading? When you have multiple constructors with different parameters, it's called constructor overloading. For example, we have a class student. Now inside that, this is the student inside that without any parameter. This can be a type of the constructor. And then the next one, which is the student string name, the parameter which is present is string name, that is called as a parameterized constructor. Now similarly, the next one is also a parameterized constructor with multiple parameters, student string name int age. So this helps in creating the flexible object initialization, for example sometimes with data, sometimes without. It's another form of compile time polymorphism. Now the difference between overloading and overriding. This one is asked in almost every Java interview. What is the difference between overloading and overriding? Now overloading happens in the same class and overriding happens between parent and child. Overloading is the compile time polymorphism and overriding is the runtime polymorphism. In case of overloading, we have different parameter lists, and in case of overriding, we have the same method signature. Now if you can answer this confidently with one small example, it shows strong conceptual clarity. Now the final question, what are the access modifiers in Java? Access modifiers control the visibility and accessibility in Java. So now what are the different access modifiers? Public, protected, default and private. Now public modifiers are accessible at everywhere, okay. Now protected modifiers are accessible at the same package and inside the same subclass. Similarly, default modifiers are accessible in the same package only, and private modifiers are available within the same class. So you can also add using proper access modifiers is a part of encapsulation and helps maintain secure and modular code. That small line shows you understand the object-oriented programming design. So that's it. These were the top 10 OP interview questions in Java. Remember, OOPS is not just theory, it's the foundation of all major Java interviews. If you understand the concepts and can relate them with real-world examples, you are already ahead of most candidates So go practice small snippets, revise your definitions, and you will ace your next interview with confidence. If this helped you, don't forget to like, comment your favorite OOPS concept, and subscribe for more placement focused videos every week. And if you have not yet, check out my other videos on placement roadmap. They'll complete your interview preparation journey, I can guarantee. Thank you. See you on the next video.